Hello everyone. So where do souled humans get their energy from? Well, you guys apparently are all so amazingly smart, you don't need me. Oh, Ben, you're arrogant and this and that because you tell us the answers. So here, I'll give you the whole next minute to think about it, meditate on it. Where do soul humans get their energy? Off you go, without my help. Yeah, see you in a minute. The question was, in case you already forgot it, because you got a cognitive dissonance while listening to me, the question was to repeat it for the fourth time, where do soul humans get all their energy? Oh, such a beautiful day. Gee, she's a nice one today, lots of sun. Lots of sun enlightening me. You got like 20 seconds left. What's going on here? Right, I'll give you like another 10 seconds. Where do soul humans get their energy? Okay, so it's been a minute. Where do soul humans get their energy? You should know it by now. You should have had a good think about it. They get their energy from the sexual chakra, or the root chakra, where all is born. Yeah, where all is born. So, a while ago I had someone email me and they sent me a woman and they sent me, like, I don't know, like 6 pictures or 7 pictures of themselves. And I thought, oh, they obviously are keen on me. I mean, they didn't say, hey, can you read my energy? Like, it wasn't some sort of energy reading or anything like that. It was just like a friend on friend sort of conversation, meeting each other. Oh, look at all these pictures of me. Like, am I beautiful? You know what I mean? Which is compromised. You should know exactly how you are. That's why I'm not arrogant. I just know myself really well in context of everyone else and everything around me. So she sent me these pictures of her, not naked or anything, just pictures of her, but I can already tell, I could tell, you don't need to send that many. And I wasn't wrong, because the next email, I didn't say anything about it. The next email, she even replies, oh, sorry for sending so many pictures. So I didn't even say anything. She even realized, so I'm not wrong. She knew what she was doing. She admitted to it. The next email, oh, sorry for sending so many pictures, She realized how she was coming off. Well, that was only natural. That means you were attracted to me. You should have went with it, not retracted it. That's the surface rise. You compromised the entire situation by doing that. Then what followed was, a good friendship turning to complete crap because, I fell for her, and women want you to fall for them. Do you notice that? So I fell into it. I thought, yeah, she's pretty, she's like, oh, sorry for flirting. And I said, oh, that's all right. You can flirt with me, because it gives me energy, because it revs up the bottom chakra, which, gives energy to the other chakras, and you get the upwelling of force in the chakras, don't you? It's all very obvious. We know how this works. You ground for a few minutes and it begins. You take a psychedelic and it begins. It's called CNS, or Central Nervous System Arousal. CNS arousal. That's why the solution to your enlightenment is sex and psychedelics. Notice what religion is saying. The exact opposite. Religion is like a frequency control. It's mind control for the masses. What I'm trying to do is free your mind. It's your mind. You should be trying to free it. I shouldn't even be trying to do anything for you. I'm just a nice guy. I want to feel good about being good. So I help people all day in my life, every day, for the rest of my life and all previous years of my life. And it seems everybody mistakes my kindness for weakness. So sometimes I take this harsh tone, like I'm taking with you guys now in this video, because I get annoyed that you mistake my kindness for weakness. And so I have to get rough. You want to play rough? Okay, I can do that too. I can do all of it. I can play nice and I can play rough. So don't mistake my kindness for weakness ever again. Right, so back to the question. So where do we get our energy? Obviously the bottom chakra. It's not we get it from the top chakra. Right, yeah, there's universal enlightenment. I can talk about all this stuff, but generally we get our energy from the root chakra. It's the bottom one, where all is born, yeah? If you understand the root chakra in the context of, overlaying it onto the cosmos and stuff. I think Riser from Goldring Game of Enlightenment and Abundance does a really good job of talking about the chakras in exactly that fashion. Like he'll relate the root chakra in the cosmos, for instance, or the planet, So anyway. So, and this lady emails me and then I flirt back because I'm like, yeah, I enjoy flirting because it gives me energy. We all like that. Don't you guys like flirting because you feel the energy, right? It's only natural. So, I'm falling, but I'm falling in that for another. You're falling for another. It is a fall. And it's definitely a fall. Look what you're doing. You're falling into matter. You'll even create a baby in the end from it. You'll even create matter from it. So it's definitely a fall. And women want you to fall for them. So, I should make an MG Toe video, Don't Fall for Women, where we're going to talk about that. I'll have to make that video soon for the very, very spirited men. The real spirited men. And you've got all these women running around just like owning the world, owning the atmosphere, creating the atmosphere in every situation, and like just running men, right? Because you got all these bitch men, the men of perdition, who are just willing at the click of a finger to fall. That's what they do. They're ready to fall at the click of a finger. Look out for it. Look, what do I mean? Well, why don't you look into the world and see what I mean? So we get all our energy from the root chakra. Anyway, so we were flirting and, I was just starting to get into it. And then something happened. I said, she was inviting me over to stay at her place. So I'm thinking, okay, she's sending me pictures. She's flirting and she's inviting me to her home. She was an older lady than me, like 10 years older or something like that, 40 or whatever. And I'm thinking, well, how many signs do you need to realize someone, is keen on you, right? All right, let's review the facts in case you already forgot. She sends me a lot of pictures, even admits to it. Oh, sorry for sending so many pictures. Like she knew what she was doing and then took it back, being unnatural when she was initially being natural. And then, says, oh, sorry about the flirting as well. And then invites me to her house. I mean, how many signals does one need, right? So I'm not wrong. At that point, I think most people will assume that the female is keen on you. Yes? Right. It's pretty obvious. So, at that point, I just fully let loose. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, well, you're keen on me? Well, I'm very natural. I think you guys know that by now. I'm very, very natural. And I have grown up in Australia, a place of, no frequency control. There's very, very loose frequency control in Australia. It's fantastic, very free-minded people. So I grew up in Australia, I'm definitely Aussie. And, so I'm straight to the point as well. I'm a man. I'm a proper man, head of spirit. Notice a real man's energy is very direct. Right? That's the man's energy, the direct. Even the male symbol is the little arrow. It's a direct energy. Women's energy is more circular. do we really have to go into all that? Like the circle womb, just there's so many ways you can express that. But that's generally it. The women, I've said women are head of creation, they spread out energy, that's also a circular motion. Anyway, this is pretty obvious stuff, right? So I'm straight to the point, that's just how I am, I'm very direct. And there's no time to stuff around. What are you waiting for? Permission to be great? Don't think so, it's never going to come. They're never going to give you permission to be great, you just have to go ahead and do it. You either do it or you don't do it. You can't ask permission. That's ridiculous. You don't become great by asking people, hey guys, is it okay if I become great or do something great? Is that okay? Because there is an ego compromised mind over people, a surface virus, right? People don't even want you to be great. There's an innate jealousy people get. Anyway, let's not go into that tangent. So I'm straight to the point, and I'm like, pretty much like, yeah, I'll smash her. You know what I mean? I said something about, like, I'm pretty sure what I said was, I didn't say, yeah, I will, oh yeah, that's right. I said something like, I will smash that pussy. Right, so I'm straight to the point. I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll smash that pussy. This was like 4 emails later, because I'm like, well, this seems pretty obviously she's keen on me. She's even inviting me overseas. She was an American lady inviting me over to America after what we've just talked about happened, right? So let's not forget the 3 signals. Sends me photos, even admits to doing it that way, flirtatiously, and then flirts with me and says sorry for flirting. And then another email, 3rd email later, says, hey, come over. We talk about me going and staying in a shed she's building out the back of a house in America. And then as soon as I said, yeah, I will smash that pussy, it was all over. Because people don't want the answer. They're after the thrill of seeking. But the answer is the thrill that kills. It kills the seeking. Right? Nobody wants the answer. That's why I'm so hated. Because I give the actual answers and it's just lackluster. Because, you got the answer, now what? Well, now you have to do something with it, and that's painful. You have to move into action. So people don't like answers. I'm telling you, look out for it. People do not like answers. Terence McKenna was the one I'm quoting when he said that answers are the thrill that kills. So yeah. Anyway, then I proceeded to get into a big conversation with her saying, how stupid she was being like a little girl. And she had the energy of a girl I knew in a past life, I think in the Amazon basin somewhere, probably 1,000 years ago. And I remember saving her in a village or something, and she was like 4-year-old energy at 40 now in her body. She has 2 daughters. She thinks both of them are going to be soul human daughters. Don't think so. It's 1 in 3 is an organic portal. Right? That was the initial first theory when we started reading from veilofreality.com by Bernard Gunther, right? They said 1 in 3, then Montauk was saying 1 in 4, and or vice versa, I can't remember. And then there's other websites saying 50% of people, and it's ridiculous to say 99%. We've covered that. So it's not 99% of people are soulless. That's 99% of people are not concrescent soul human, positive forward soul vectors. That you can say, but you can't say 99% of people are soulless. That's ridiculous. So that's that. It's All Illusion channel who makes organic portal videos, and we covered that in How Many Organic Portals Are There video. So basically, I do stick to the 1 in 3 thing for now. Look, there are percentages of soul, it seems to me. It's like if you're a concrescence, you're like 100% or 90% or whatever soul. Then there definitely does seem to be people who are acting 50% souled. And then half the time they're demonic, half the time they're positive soul and vectoring. Right, so this is how it is. It gets confusing when you actually get into the answers. That's why it's said the conspiracy is beyond the scale of comprehension. It is very difficult to comprehend what is going on here. What is our predicament? Even Terence McKenna said, this is stranger, like the universe, our predicament here as existence, is stranger than you can suppose. You can't even suppose, he's saying. I agree with him. It's very, very difficult. Then you've got Riser from Goldring, Game of Enlightenment Abundance, and he'll say the conspiracy is beyond the scale of comprehension. And that's what I just said. I repeated that. That's how I see it. It's very difficult to comprehend what is going on, our predicament. Oh, what universe is this? What's going on? And blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I proceeded to get into this conversation with her, and I'm thinking, well, you're already very ignorant. I can tell you, if you think you've got two daughters which are both fully soul human daughters, well, what are they doing for the world? Bet you they're just going to work and going shopping every day. Bet they have absolutely not one skerrick, not even 1% of a great work or magnus opus. Absolutely no corpus or body of work. I'll bet you. Not one thing they've done for the world in that fashion, right? I'll betcha. If we investigated the situation, I already know. I can just feel these people's energy. I know. How do I know people's energy so well? But you might be wondering. Well, not by their energy directly, actually, because that's how most energy healers and so on sense people. It's by their words. I'm probably the only person that's ever said that. I've never heard anyone else say that, but this is how I judge people. By their words, because I know what can be said and what is said in any given situation. So I look at what someone does say to me and what they could have said. And then from that, I can judge the person very, very well, very accurately. Because then it's not guessing. Oh, I guess their energy. Oh, I feel that energy like that. It's a bit more guessish. You have to be really good at that if you're sensing people's energy like that. I can do that too. But the best way I've found is via language and what they can say and what they did say. That's how I judge. Just want you to know, and remember, all of reality is code. It's all made of language. So it makes sense that I judge it that way, right? Via the language or via the code. Anyway, so I proceeded to get into this conversation with this ignorant woman thinking, oh yeah, she donated as well, so I was like giving her my time, well, you donated, I'll give you some more emails, I can already see you're ignorant and where this is going, after I said, yeah, I would smash that, and then she got offended for me being direct and honest. You see, you can't even be honest and truthful in this world, people just get offended. And you can't be correct, because then they call you arrogant. And this is what I face every day. Anyway, so I proceeded to get into the conversation further to try and tell her, hey, actually, you were being natural and now you're being unnatural. And I was telling her, we get all our energy from the sexual center anyway. I'm like, no, I'm not like that. She's like, oh, I thought you'd probably be like that straight away. I'm not like that. You're the one flirting with me. And then when I say, okay, I admit, okay, yeah, I would, I would smash you. I would have sexual intercourse with you. I would smash. It's a slang. People say that these days. Yeah, I'd smash that. Or did you want to smash? It means do you want to have sex, okay? For anyone who's not up to the lingo. It's just modern colloquial slang. I'm just up on the lingo, that's all. So I said, yeah, I would smash that. I'd smash your pussy, which means I would have sex with your vagina or you, your body, you, yeah? Fire out. So, I proceeded to say all that sort of stuff to her. She just didn't email back after on the 10th email or something because I was correct. You can't say anything when someone's correct. That's why all I do is make sure to speak with logic and light. Because then I don't go around in circles. And I've noticed women in relationships with their over-emotionality, they want to go around in circles, circle, 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 and trap you and make you fall. This is only the truth. I'm not misogynistic. I'm not chauvinist. None of this stuff. I'm only truthist. I'm a truthist. I'm a realist. This is real, and this is how it happens continuously. I've had many, many women. I'm a blonde hair, blue eye, olive tanned Australian surfer. I've had my fair share of women, okay? I've had many relationships in my life, and they all are the same. Why are they all the same? It always goes the same way into emotionality, into ill or sick logic. Well, I'm never going that way until they make it so emotional I finally break down and I get emotional. And it seems that's what they want, because then you give them the loosh. Then they get your loose energy, Yeah, they're Luciferians and they don't even realize it. Lucifer, Lush energy, Luciferian. They don't even realize they're Luciferians. Because then you give them the hormonal cascades, they get your Lush energy or your loose energy and so on. So anyway, just wanted to put that in a video. I mean, I could go through the emails. I said to her I was going to embarrass her and, put this all in a video. I thought, no, that's just mean. I don't need to do that. I can just simply talk about it. I notice I did not even mention a name or anything. So I'm trying to be just real about it and not mean. I'm just trying to make a point here of it. Okay, so yeah, so we get our energy from the sexual chakra, and notice what religion is doing. They're doing celibacy, and you might think, well, that's purity, Ben, and purity is its own reward, and that's fantastic. Agreed, but they're not doing celibacy properly. The Taoists are. Mantak Chia can show you how to do celibacy properly. Not having sex, being celibate, or whatever they say. Hope I pronounced that properly. But when you're celibate, or whatever it is, when you don't have sex, you don't masturbate, nothing. There's no sexual action at all. You save your sexual energy. And, for me, I need to masturbate at least once a day, once every 2 days, or it builds up. And I remember years ago, I didn't do it for 4 or 5 days or something, and it goes a different color. It goes off. So I have fast production sperm or something. I think I'm just very, very fertile a human. I'm very fertile. I've got very good metabolism, which is chi energy relative too, and that's life force energy, by the way, metabolism energy. And I'm very fast moving and so on, so it all makes sense. I've got a lot of chi, I've got a lot of life force, I've got a lot of energy or pure energy, and this builds up in the male sperm. Sperm is the purest energy in the male body. So, the purer they are, the more they're going to have to release or use it. Now, the Taoists, they know how to use it. Religion doesn't. None of these nuns, none of the nuns or the whatever they call them, male nun, like priests and all that, they don't know how to do any of this. That's why they're all pedophiles, because they save it up, but they don't use it correctly. You're meant to, upwell it through the chakras, and you would be nutting out intellectual work. Pardon the pun of nutting out. You would end up doing a lot of intellectual work. You would create your light body, your corpus, your body of work, or your magnus opus, right? Because the sexual energy would upwell through the chakras, and yes, I do this, and then at the end of the day I masturbate, after I've done my great work, you see. Well, that's when I'll have sex, if I have a girl. So that's how you properly use it. You upwell the sexual energy, go to the heart energy, you mix it with the heart energy, and what you can do is mix it in the navel, and that orange energy can actually heal any pain in the body. But what you can do is you can go even further. And like I said, you can speak with a body of light, you can cap it at the throat chakra, or you can go all the way, push it all the way through. You can integrate cosmic truth into your neocortex ego self-identification region. You can do great work with it. You can enlighten the crystal room, is what they call it in Taoism, or, the Eye of Horus picture, basically the limbic middle brain, which is like a projector, right? If you're up to speed on all this, I've talked about this before. Basically then you've used the sexual energy, you've used all the energy fully spiritually. This is being spiritual. As spiritual as you can get is to use your energy to do your light work, or your corpus, or your magnus opus, your great work, to do whatever it is that your great work is. It might be drawing an artwork, it might be writing a book, right? It doesn't matter how you express the code, just that you're expressing the code or the language in some form. It can be visual, or it can be, written. Anyway, so yeah, in the end though, we get all of our energy from the bottom chakra. Makes sense, because the thing is, this is provable, because you can feel that if you are, spin down, you feel bad and you lose energy, and energy is lost out of the coil. To coil up the energy, you upwell, right? And you actually move your hand on the top of your head clockwise, and that's spiraling up. And if you want to spin down, who knows why you would want to lose energy, you actually go anti-clockwise, and you'll feel this. So any of you can right now sit down on the earth and feel this in about 30 seconds, and then press the like button because you realize that, you know, I've said something, I don't know, pretty cool, right? Pretty profound, pretty teaching, pretty, I don't know, whatever. So, look, we get all our energy from the sexual chakra, so it makes sense to do sex and psychedelics, because sex enhances it. That means, you know, foreplay, flirting, not just, you know, just straight up rough intercourse or something, just sexual stuff, right? To be sexy, right? And you notice, like, some women naturally have that, and they're very sexy, and then they have a lot of energy, and their skin's good, like they look young, you know, and it gives you life force energy, right? And they look youthful because it is like the fountain of youth. You have the fountain of youth inside you. The universe is inside you. You just got to let it flow through. Stop blocking it with brain barriers. Oh, I'm a slut if I have sex. Oh, they'll say this of me. Oh, I'm this or I'm that. No, none of that. That's all societal, cultural brainwash. That's from individual cultures. And cultures are passing down a lot of erroneous material. Just because a tradition is passed down, you know, doesn't mean that it's perfect, and they're often very flawed. So, you know, that's cultural brainwash that comes down to. Like the best example, the burqa in the Middle East. You can't even look at the woman. She can't even express herself. They can only just drive cars a few years ago, isn't it? Like, that's some serious oppression of spirit, of you know, being able to express. So anyway, you know, this video was titled, is going to be titled, Where Do We Get Our Energy From as Soul Humans? And I've explained it to you. I've explained how you use it, what you do with it, and I've explained to you that things like frequency control systems that want to control your frequency instead of have you express it freely, such as aka all religions on earth, are stopping you and brainwashed you. So we've discussed where, we've discussed how to use it, and what's stopping you from using it. So please leave the like and subscribe if you want to hear more of this sort of thing. Comment under the video if you want me to explain something more, or if you have a problem, whatever. Just comment under the video if you have some issue, or you think I said something incorrect, and I don't think I did. So be careful with your comment. But yeah, subscribe if you want to hear more. Like the video because it took me effort. It's a half-hour video. I'm going to have to upload it, which is going to take time, and you only have to press a 1-second like button. Is that really that hard for me? Can you just do that for me, please? It makes me feel a lot better because, you know, then I don't feel like I'm talking to a dead wall. Maybe I feel like I'm interacting with alive people more. Alright, thanks guys. Enjoy your day, eh? I'm going to.